I am starting the recording. And we'll get started. Let's see. All right. It is 11:06, so let's get started. I am Sarah Velasquez. For you, those of you that don't know me, I am the director of the Communications Core. If you haven't heard from me, you probably will in the future. We will be recording this presentation today in case you need to go back and look at any of it. But we also have some links on our important information page that show tutorials from the iPoster folks that are super helpful for making your poster if you have any additional questions. So I will pass it over to Rick, who will be presenting on how to make a poster in iPoster today. And he is the expert. So Rick?
Yeah, kind of. Thank you very much, Sarah. Hello, everybody. Nice to be here with you all. I'm going to take you on a kind of a mini grand tour of how to create an iPoster. So I'm going to share my screen now, and hopefully you will see it. Yep, I got a thumbs up, so that's good. I'm also going to take away my picture, so I've got full bandwidth here. What you're looking at right now is the letter of invitation, which most, if not all of you, have already gotten. Read through it. I know that not everybody reads through everything, but there's some valuable information here, not the least of which is your login credentials here. You'll see this is the link to the editor. When you click on that, you'll come to the login page, your username and your password. Deadline information in terms of publishing your presentation. And I urge you, I know that, well, probably no one here ever procrastinates, but there are those that I've read about that do. And the publishing deadline is really important. Even once you publish, you can continue working on your iPoster, but we would like you to publish by this deadline so that we can do some checkouts on the back end to make sure everything is working properly and that the load balancing on our databases and so on. So please respect the publishing deadline and know that you can continue to work. As you will read in this paragraph, the poster must be finalized by January 13th at 1 p.m., however. So that's the real deadline in terms of completing work. General questions, Hiata is going to be able to help you on that, just general questions about the day. Here are links to the tutorials, the quick guide, the FAQs that Sarah mentioned. They are very useful. And if you have any problems, I urge you to consult those first, because most of the time what we have in those are responses to questions that we've had previously. But if you still are having problems, we have a support desk. Just send us a mail at this address and we'll be glad to help you out with any problems that you might be having. Please include the conference call, K-INBRE 2023. That way we'll know right away what conference you're working on. We have a number of conferences that will be going on in the same time. So you'll get a quicker response if you include K-INBRE 2023. So that's the beginning of your iPoster making experience. I'm going to jump to the end of it before I get into how to make an iPoster. And that's the way that your poster is going to be presented. This is what we call the gallery, the iPoster gallery. This is last year's, but the setup will be exactly the same. All of your posters will be here. You can scroll through them, or you and the other attendees can scroll through. You can browse by university. You can reset. You can browse by scientific focus, and you can browse by status. Here are all the faculty posters. So it's going to be the same procedure on the gallery for this year. When you see a poster that you're interested in viewing, you just click on it and it'll open up. And you'll see, we'll get into this as far as the buttons down here go. One of them that's standard on every poster is Get iPoster. So if anyone during the event is interested in, this is a way of bookmarking, really. They'll just put in their email address and the link to your poster will be sent to them. Contact author, check your emails, because anybody who's interested in finding out any more information from you, or perhaps arranging a time to meet, will fill out this form. Your email is not displayed here, but it's going to wind up in your email box, and then it's up to you to respond to them should you want to, and hopefully you will. And then there's some other buttons down here which you can add, and I'll show you how that works. But the functionality of the poster itself is that you click on here and you can scroll through the content. There's no limit to the amount of content you can add. You can add as many videos, as many photos, sound files, texts as you want, but there's always a limit in terms of good sense. Everyone's not going to have a lot of time to read through the collected works of William Shakespeare, but you can do your research justice by including as much content as you feel is necessary to present the details that you want. When an image is clicked on, it'll expand like this. So use the largest images that you can. What happens is that you'll see that the images automatically reduce in size to fit in the columns of the content boxes. But when clicked upon, well, there's an image that wasn't big enough. So you really want to load images that are. That one wasn't either. Got to find the one that I just found that was big enough. Well, they're somewhere around here. There we go. That's what you want to do. The resolution of an iPoster screen is 1920 pixels wide and 1080 pixels high. It's high resolution, high definition format. So that's what you want to do. I can't emphasize this enough. Put in big images. If they're bigger than that, they'll automatically be resized. And again, there's no limit to the amount that you can add. There's another small one. I'm picking them wrong here. But that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you from the user experience here, the attendee experience. Let's go over to making an iPoster. Let me log out so that we can log in again. You'll come to this page. You'll add your username and your password, submit it, and you will come to the welcome page. Once again, we've got links to the tutorials, the quick guides, and the FAQs, privacy information if you're interested in it. Next, you choose your poster. If you're only making one, then it'll appear automatically. And here are the templates. There's a couple of templates that have 4 content boxes. This one has 5. This one has 6, 6 and 7. 2 of the content boxes, you can include slideshows. And they all have a default color scheme, as you can see here. So I'll just choose this one because it has the slideshow possibilities. And I'll bring over some content here so that we can see how to make this happen. And some images over here. So this is the template. This is what we call the main toolbar. It has a number of more universal functions. And you can open and close this so that you can see the entire iPoster template, including these content boxes over here, or keep it open. I'll just close it for now. We're going to preload your name, your poster title, and your name, and then you can add the name of your institution down here. Like that. Here, you click on the content boxes to add the titles of the content box. However you want to do that. At any time, you can decide that you don't want to work with the default colors here. And then you can just hit the Design Your Poster button. And you can add colors. You can add a color background. You can add a gradient. You can change the default text fonts. You can change the text colors. You can add colors inside the content boxes. You can reset here and instead decide that you might want to insert an image background. So you click here, and I have some images over here. To fill the entire template with a single image, that image has to be 1920 by 1080. And you'll get that instruction again here. If you use a smaller one, it's not going to fill the whole background. So I have a background image here, and all the image work is drag and drop. So you just drag your image over, drop it into the content box. And we have an image background. To add content to the content boxes, you click here, and this is the editor. I think most of you are familiar with this kind of editor. These are the text formatting tools up here. Up here at the top are the multimedia tools. So let's start by adding some text. You just click, put your cursor where you want the text. I've got a bunch of text over here. I'll copy it and I'll paste it in. And as you can see, now I've exceeded the actual physical size of the content box. So this becomes a scrolling box. That's what's going to happen when you add more information than will physically fit in what you see here. It scrolls. The formatting tools are pretty straightforward. Mark your text. You can bold it and italicize it. You can underline it. We've got subtext and subscript and superscripts. You can add numerical and bullet lists. You can adjust the margins, and you can also down here add a color. You can change the paragraph style if you want. You can change the font, and here you can change the size. We have a lower limit for size. It's 10 points. Any of you who are familiar with working with PowerPoint or perhaps a PDF poster, you often will have to reduce the size of the font in order to make just one single poster of it. Since these are scrolling content boxes, you don't have to do that. So we've limited the lower end of the font size to 10 points. We suggest using 10 to 12 points for captions. 14 is what you see here, and it'll work really well on the screens during the conference. It'll work well when you're viewing it on a mobile phone. So there's really no reason to change the font size here, but you can go larger if you want to do subheads or if you want to just emphasize things. This symbol here is to remove the formatting. So if I decide I don't like this formatting here, I'll just click this and it'll go back to the original formatting. Up here, if you want to back up, don't use the back button on your browser. Use this back button and it'll reinsert the changes that you've made. So that's the text work. In terms of images, this is the button you want to use. You put your cursor where you want the image to lie, click on the upload image button, and again, you can drag and drop it, or you can just click here and search your hard disk, your computer. But I've got some images here that are ready, so I'll just drag it and drop it in. What's happening now is it's sending the image up to our server and then sending it back down here. Up here at the top, you see alternative text. I urge you to use this. This is made for anybody who might have some visual disabilities, and it will allow a text reader, text-to-speech reader, to read it and speak the description back again. So this is an alternative text. Whoops, didn't do that. Alignment, if you want to align your image left, center, or right. None is basically it centers the image. And here, if you want to caption the image, you click in this box here. Then you click OK. The image is there, and here you can add your caption. The image formats that are allowed here are JPEG, PNG, and GIF. Those are the three image formats that we accept. We do not accept a PDF as an image. So if you have an image on a PDF, you're going to want to transfer it to JPEG or PNG, either by doing a screenshot, or if you're working in a program that allows you to export it to another format, export to PNG or JPEG. I mentioned that you can add a GIF. So let's go here again, and let's see if I can find a good GIF. Yeah, this is a very visual GIF. So we'll just add Homer here, and I won't bother with the alt text on the GIF. So now we have a GIF running over there. If you have tables or charts or whatever, convert them to images if you have them in another program, and then add them in as an image. Again, think that you want them big. So if you're going to do a screenshot or some kind of conversion, make sure you do it as large as possible. And I'll just add a bar chart here, drag and drop it. And I'll just do bar chart. You'd want to describe it a little more. And okay, and now we've got a bar chart over there. So that's the image work. Let's open another content box here and take a look at the video. We have two ways of loading videos. If you have a video on Vimeo or on YouTube, you can load them directly from there, embed them from there. Both of them have the ability to restrict access so that it won't be found on YouTube or video, but can be seen by anybody who you've given permission to. So you're going to want to give permission to us. Or we have our own video server also, which is very, very secure, and you can load it up there. So clicking on this one, this is our video loader. We're going to upload it here. And what you want to do simply is drag and drop the file here. And let's see here, I've got a file here. And this is going to take a little while, so I'm actually going to skip over this step. But all you do, again, is drag and drop. You can also, just like with an image, you can search your hard disk for it. Oh, wow, that went fast. So the image has been uploaded. Do you want to allow visitors to download the video? You can choose yes or no. Do you want it to autoplay as soon as you open your poster? This possibility is there. I wouldn't recommend it. It can be really kind of disturbing for people to open a poster and suddenly a video is playing there. So I would recommend saying no, because they're gonna see it anyway once they scroll through your poster. And then you want to show the video controls. So we'll say okay there, and the video is now on your poster. The other way is using YouTube or Vimeo, and that looks like this. Here you're just going to copy and paste the URL from your YouTube or Vimeo poster. And I have a URL here that I've just saved. So we'll just put that in. Okay, and now we've got a video from, I think this is YouTube. So 2 video functions. Another function, let me open up another content box for this. And that is, if you want to embed a web page from another site, embed the whole page within the iPoster. You can also link to a web page, and I'll get to that momentarily. But now if you want it to become part of the web page, then you use this icon over here. And this will allow you to embed it within an iframe. And I'll show you some of the things you can do. you can do just a standard web page, but if you should have any kind of 3D visualizations, animations, anything like that, live data sets that you want to include on your poster, you go to your embedding site and you copy and paste it in there. And I just see now that we're working on this site, and it looks like this has not been properly enabled. I'm sorry about that. We'll fix that right away. But what you would need to do anyway is copy and paste that in there. And I'm sorry I can't show it to you, although you'll see it on the tutorial. If you take a look at that, you'll see how you can do that. Just try one more time here. No, okay. We're going to have to get that fixed. This symbol here is to load up a sound file. So you can load an audio file into any of the content boxes. And with this particular one, what you're going to be doing is recording it on your iPhone, on any kind of other device. Make sure it's an MP3 file, and we've got an FAQ on how to convert should you not be producing an MP3 file. And then you just drag and drop your narration in here as you would an image or a video. And as soon as that occurs, now you've got a narration there, or you have an audio file. Most people use it as a narration that's specific to that content box. It could be literally a copy of the text that you have there, which would make it more accessible for anyone who has hearing impairments, or you could be giving additional information, context, or you could actually be recording some kind of demonstration there. So any kind of audio file can be there. We've even had people who have added music so that you have something nice to listen to when you're going through the poster. So that's the audio file. Those you can add to any of the content boxes. Again, as many as you want. The next icon here is for formulas. If you're familiar with LaTeX, then you can write down a formula in plain text and have it look really nice as a really nice equation formula here. You click OK, it'll show up there, and then you can adjust the size so that it's larger in the iPoster. Next here is a symbol set. We have a full set of all kinds of symbols. Arrows, elements, geometric shapes, math operators. So you can use any of those elements. And I can just add one there. That's an exciting element, isn't it? But anyway, those are available. Same thing here. You can adjust the sizes. And finally, let's go back here to look at the external link. This button will link you to an external site, different from the embedding one, which actually embeds it within the frame, so the whole site is in the iframe. But here you will go to another site, and you just mark the image or the text that you want to use as an anchor, click on this, and then you're going to add the URL to that site. And let me see if I can. There's a URL. So I'll just copy that URL and paste it in here. And now we've got a link over there, and I'll just make it bold, and I'll add a nice color to make it stand out. So there's a link. So those are the major tools that you're going to be using. Again, images, 2 video options, embedded in iframe, which will be working in a few hours. Add a audio file, add a formula, add some symbols, and add a link to an external website. I'm going to open up this a little bit and take a look at the image slider here. This is the slideshow. There are two, you'll see that there are two templates that allow you to add an image slider. You can choose to use this as a text field in which it's just like all of these, or you can use it as an image slider. And when you click on that button, you'll see this symbol to upload an image. You click on it, and just like in the other content boxes, you drag and drop your images over. So we have one image there and add two. You can load up to 20 images in the box. And I'll just add one more here. So now we've got two images. You can move them around if you want to change the order. You're going to notice that the images are cropped when you view them here. So let me take this opportunity to show you an important feature on the iPosters. This is the preview button, and I urge you to use that often. This is where you can check your work and make sure that it's looking and acting the way you want it to. Because when you look at it here, you're really not seeing how people are going to see your poster when it's live. So click on the preview button, and here's where you can check out that everything is working. And let me put this up a little bit. And there we go. So let's open this. The image is expanding. Again, make them big. The GIF is GIFing. Here's that link that I mentioned. Now, when I click on it here, since we're looking at it online, the link is going to open in another tab. But when during the event itself, you're going to be seeing the posters on touch screens, large format touch screens, where there won't be any browser. So what's going to happen there is that these links are going to open in a window within the iPoster itself, and there's our own little browser that will allow you to dig deeper into the content on that link. So here's the chart. Again, charts, graphs, graphics, make them big. Here is the audio file. Let me make sure that I've got my audio on so that, there we go.
Here we present the scaling relations for the NSAT M200 relationship. We find the
So again, an audio file. In this case, this was a really detailed exposition of what was in this particular content box. Here are the videos. When you start a video playing, you can hit this and the video will go full screen. So once again, make sure your video has as high a resolution as possible so that it looks good on the big screen. And likewise here, this is the one that was on YouTube. And they can include sound, of course.
We work on genome evolution. Mostly we look at transposable elements, which are genetic entities that move.
This videos really make your research come alive. So if you have the opportunity or the need to show them, please do. They're really nice to have. Here's the slideshow. So as I mentioned, the slides themselves, when they're in this little box, they're cropped. But once you click on the box, they open up and they come up full screen. So you'll see down here, these are, you can go forward through the slides here. They will loop automatically every few seconds, as you see now. So if you want to use these as part of your presentation, just click on pause, and then you can talk as much as you want about each slide, and then go to the next one. Down here, you see these buttons. Get iPoster is the one I told you about. And again, you can check all this out the attendees will just put in their email address and it'll be sent to them automatically. Here's a print button. If you wanted to make a hard copy of this, you can't just make a standard PDF of an iPoster. A PDF is really a snapshot of the surface. And if you did a standard PDF of this or screenshot, you wouldn't get any of the content below the scroll line. So what the PDF does, our PDF, is that when you click print, it's going to open in a new frame. And now you're going to see all the content in your poster that's laid out linearly. We extract all the content from each of the content box and lay it out in document form. Now, of course, once it's a PDF, your links to your videos and your audio files aren't going to be live, but you'll see the URLs of them so that anybody who wants to have a hard copy will be able to do that. This will show the way your poster looks once it's completed. So let's go back here and take a look at the main toolbar here. We talked about designing your poster and did a little bit of that kind of work over here. Here's where you can add a narration to the entire poster rather than, or in addition to, doing audio files within the content box. When you click on this, you'll make a narration for the entire poster. You've got two choices here. You can record an audio file here within the template, or you can upload an existing audio file. And that's the same as we talked about before with the MP3 files. I'll just record a new one here. You click on click to start. Your computer might ask if you want to allow our application to use your microphone. You click there, and now we're recording. So I will record an extremely short narration here, and now stop it. And we've got as soon as this appears, it's been recorded. You can include a transcript, and it's something I urge you to do again. And this is in terms of any kind of disabilities, impairments that any of your attendees might have. Enter a transcript and click on this button. And here's where you would add the script. So backing up a bit, I urge you to write a script for your narration so that it really works together. There's not a lot of umming and ahhing like I might be doing right now. And you just add your narration there. You just copy it in. And now we've got a narration transcript here, and that's going to show up on the gallery. So that's the narration button. Add author info. If you want to add some information about yourself, your university, your department, you can do it here. Copy and paste the text, and then you can add videos, images, whatever you want. It's got the full range of multimedia here for author info. Here's where you can add an abstract. Again, copy and paste that in. And as you add any of these additional buttons here, you'll see that there are buttons that are going to be added to the poster itself. If you don't add anything there, they won't be shown. Disclosures, if you want to thank or you're required to thank whoever is sponsoring your research, you'll add that there. You want to add references there. And if any of your references are online, you can use the link button here. And again, you just mark your text and click on that, and you'll be able to add your references there, or links to your references here in the URL. When I'm available is kind of a neat thing. If you want to, outside of the conference itself, talk to anybody who maybe wasn't able to meet with you during the seminar itself, here you can add a chat session, and you just click on the Add New Session button, and you choose your time and your ending time and the date that you want to make things available. You can add a message here. And here you've got a session there, and you can add new ones. And this is just a standard chat session. A chat box will open. You'll be able to do a text chat with whoever is interested in finding out more about your presentation. And we have a similar possibility here for doing a video session. Same idea, start and end time. Here you would set up your own Zoom meeting or Microsoft Teams meeting, perhaps using the account that your university has. They also have most of these online meeting platforms have free services if you keep your presentation down to under 45 minutes and a maximum of 90 people. So you would set that up also. Important to know is that click on this how it works button here, because it's going to help you set everything up correctly. You'll find it on both the chat sessions. So that's when I'm available. If you want to add a survey, you click on this button. And here you can use any of the standard and often free survey applications that are available, SurveyMonkey or Google Forms. And you just create your survey in one of those programs, add the URL here, and a survey will appear as one of the buttons on the bottom of your poster. Image gallery is here, and here you'll see all of the images that you've loaded up. This also offers another way of working. When I added the images now, I went from the content box to the image and loaded them up one at a time. If you know all the images that you're going to include in your poster, what you can do here is click the upload button and just drag and drop them all in here. And then you can, in your content box, let's click on this one, using here, you can go to the gallery, to the image repository, and here are all of your images. So you just click on them, say okay, and now you can see that the image is in there. So just two ways of working with the image gallery. Video repository, same thing. You could load your videos up here and then add them. They're also here. What this also means is that should you decide that at some point, well, I don't want this image here, so you just hit the back button to get rid of it. And then a couple hours later or a couple of days later, you decide, oh, wow, I really like that image. So you can go back here, and even if you've removed an image from the content box, it's still in the image gallery. So you can just click here, say okay, and now the image is back again. So this is kind of insurance also, the image gallery and the video gallery. Version history, a bit of the same thing. All of your saves, every time you save, and the saves will happen automatically every 5 minutes, but then a version of your poster is saved. So if you need to go back, if you regret deleting something, and this is mainly text that this happens, but even just re-entering a previous version of your poster, they'll be found here. This saves the last 10 saves that you've done, then the last 10 saves over a 24-hour period, and then the last 10 saves over 10 days. So you should be able to restore anything that you've lost. If you still can't find it and you really want to restore a certain version, get back to us, because we have all the versions saved and we can help you out on that. The support button is tutorials. Here are all the support links again, if you have any trouble. And template settings will allow you to reset the slideshow box, this box down here. So if you want to either you've started it as a text box and want to reset it and use it as a slideshow, or if you have a slideshow like I have here and you want to reset it to a text box, that's where you do that. Print poster, I showed you that. It's the same functionality here. If you want a hard copy of your poster in document form, then you can do it there. Share poster, this is the link to your poster. Every poster is an HTML5 web page. So, and this is the link up here, but this is really easy to save, and then you can send it to anyone you want to review your poster. My settings has a number of different possibilities here. If you have any co-authors that you want to invite to edit the poster, or perhaps a mentor who you would like to look at the poster and help you out on it, you just add their names here, first name, last name, their email address, a message, and then a mail will be sent to them with their own login credentials, their own password and everything. And the one thing to think about is that this isn't real-time collaboration. So you can't both be working on the poster at the same time. One person needs to be watching while the other person is working. Contact information, that contact author button there, if for any reason you want another email address than that with which you have registered for the conference, then you can put that email address here. And all of the emails, the contact author mails, will be sent to you at that email address. Choose publishing rules. Do you want your iPoster to be available online? By default, it will be available after the meeting. If you don't want to have it displayed after the meeting, then you would just click no here, and it will not be displayed. If you want it to be displayed, again, you've got to go back in and click yes. Photo rules is a bit of an archaic thing. If you don't want people to photograph your poster, then this will display a do not photo button. Share iPoster, that get iPoster button, which will allow people during the conference to have the link to the poster sent to you. If you don't want that to be displayed for any reason, you would just say no here. Statistics, here you can see how many people have viewed your poster. You can see the email addresses of all of those who did click on the Get iPoster button, and you can see all of your contact requests here. As I mentioned, they're going to be sent to your email address, but sometimes people will accidentally delete some of the emails. So here you'll see the full list. Comments. There's a comment button at the bottom of the poster, and this allows people to, and anybody who's viewing your poster, to comment on the poster itself. There'll be comment chains, there'll be threads of comments. This will, if you're uncomfortable with that for any reason, and don't want people to be able to comment, you would just click on the no button here. The comment button will not appear. Here, do you want to receive email notifications when people do comment? You can turn that to yes, you'll get an email every time. And then there's another way you might be contacted. There's a flag function where if anybody sees a comment that they think is inappropriate, aggressive, then they can click on the flag function. You'll get an email on that. We'll get an email on that. And K-INBRE will get an email on that. So we can all go in and take a look at the comment and decide, yeah, no, we don't want this to be seen. And we can delete the comment that way. You can also delete any comments that you see on your own that you don't think are appropriate. Public print button. You saw that there was a print button on the poster itself. If you don't want that print button to be shown, then you just click no here. You'll still be able to print it. And likewise, actually on the share poster, if you take away that Get iPoster, you can always share your poster with anybody. So all you're doing is restricting the ability of others to either print the poster or share the poster. And then finally, there are notifications. You may be getting some notifications from us during the conference, some tips, some ideas about what to do, some reminders about some of the things that I've discussed here. And you'll see those as soon as you open your poster. You just, once you've read them, click it away, but they'll all be stored here. So you'll always be able to see your notifications. So that's the main toolbar here. Here's your publish button. So this is what you need to click when the time comes, when the publishing deadline comes. So you'll be congratulated over here. And now your poster is published. If for any reason you want to unpublish it, you can click on unpublish, but remember to publish it again. What happens is that once you've published, it goes to the gallery. That's when it's there. So, but the gallery is not going to be made public until the time of the conference. So you really don't have to worry about that. But anyway, you can unpublish here and then publish again. And that will be published. If for any reason you want to delete your poster, what's going to happen is that all of the text will disappear. The image gallery will still contain your images, and the video gallery will still contain your videos. And you can start all over again, perhaps on another template. If you decide that I really would like to use another template than the one that I started with, you can delete your poster and then you can recreate it in another template. So let me close this here, and just two more things. Up here, click on this link and you can add the logo of your institution. So I'll just add a logo over there. Once that's there, you can click on, if you click on the logo, you'll delete the logo. And if you click on that button, you can add another one. If for any reason you have a couple of logos that you want to display, that's the way you do it. Over here, you can add an image of yourself, your co-authors, and here you just drag and drop the images in here as usual. So now we've got one image here, and click on here again. Let's say there's two of you, and you drag and drop that one here. You can add up to 10 co-authors. So, and again, you click on the image itself to delete the image. So I think I've covered pretty much everything that needs to be covered now. The tutorials will go into a lot more detail, so feel free to consult them. The FAQs are really useful also. And any questions from anybody?
Can you type directly into the text boxes, or do you have to drag and drop? Or...
No, you can type directly in. Absolutely.
Okay. So you could, even if you needed to correct, or just if you didn't have something to put over, you can just put it in there.
Absolutely.
From the get-go. Okay.
Thanks for bringing that up. That's important to know. You can adjust and type as much as you want. Anyone else?
Hi, Rick. I have a question.
Yeah, hi, Yata.
You mentioned that the name and the title of the author would be preloaded. If they had an error, can they correct that themselves?
Let's see. Yes, that's open. So you can correct that.
Thank you.
So
did you talk about how to change those two images at the top, like in the corners? Did I miss that?
yes, I did. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So if I want to take away this person, I just click on his image and he's gone. And if I want to add someone else, then you just click on the circle itself and drag and drop the author in. So now we've got those two. And likewise here, if you wanted to add an additional logo, you click there and drag and drop that in. And now we've got that. And if you wanted to eliminate one, you click there, and it's just the school there. Again, if you're having any problems and they're not solved by the tutorials or the FAQs or the quick guides, then contact us at this address. Save this, the letter of invitation. It's really good to have. But here's where you would just click on this, and your email program will open, and you can contact us that way. Happy to help. And we'll also have someone on site during the seminar, so that if you have any problems there, then we can help you right away.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Sure.
Are we going to be sent these letters of invitation later on, or should we have already received them?
That is a good question. I think, Sarah, have the letters gone out yet?
I can help with that. This is Hayata. We had a preliminary deadline where if you entered your abstract by the 15th of November, then you will have already received your letter of invitation. If you didn't get your abstract in by that time, everyone else that submits their abstract by the 1st of December deadline will receive it within a day or so afterwards.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Does anybody else have any questions? It's a great presentation, Rick. Very thorough.
Great. Look forward to hearing from anybody if they have any troubles.
And you can always contact Hayata or me if you have any additional questions about the seminar or this presentation or any of that. And like I said, this is recorded, so we will get this posted on, sent out to everybody so that, oh, it looks like Charles Gates has a question in the chat. Yes, I just, yeah, I recorded the presentation, so I'll get it sent out by tomorrow, so everybody will be able to access it. All right, Rick, thank you so much for spending your evening with us. And
I wish you all a good afternoon.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Rick.
Thank you.